Yo, what's up? They locked the champ up, keeping my brains in handcuffs, sliding to Indiana. Why my niggas like the Phantom. Let me stop, or I'll be added to the lawsuit. Oh, man. Woo! I feel refreshed. Fresh out the shower, seeing what's going on this nice day. Start my morning. It's like, good morning. People are like, good morning. It's afternoon. I'm like, yep, this is my morning. So we ready to kick it off this morning. This is a Sino morning. So nice and refreshed. Smelling like good old Mitchum. Gotta get some lotion on. Can't be out here looking like an ashy roach. Like that Tommy. Now, everybody this week has been asking me about this, and you got to get your credit due to the person that did the interview. Doggy Diamonds interviewed some guy, and they brought it up about the royalties. They were the first ones I heard about it that brought it up, and since then it's just been like going crazy. Rolling Stone even picked it up, the Rolling Stone magazine. So what they're initially saying is that Pete Rock hasn't been paid on his royalties. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, the thing is, you got to definitely hit the like button for the video, and by all means, please subscribe to the page. Now, when someone says they're suing Nas, okay, Nas is somebody that's added to the lawsuit because he's attached to it because he's the artist of the project. It doesn't mean that Nas got to go into his bank account and actually pay out money. And it's not going to probably even be Nas who even has to pay in this situation. When someone is paid with their publishing, these are royalties and monies that comes in from whatever kind. There's all different types. So when they say he's suing for royalties, that's not a simple thing. A lot of people don't know that, but it is not. There's like so many different types of royalties. You could have like the mechanical royalties, there's the performance one, when you get one just for performing. You could say, well, all right, I'm going to do my performance royalties, like where they sync it up, because now they got sync royalties for licensing fees. Then you got the neighboring rights. Now they got, like I said, the streaming and digital. It's crazy. So it's royalties for all of these things. So you could have 6, 7 different type of royalties, whereas there's distributors, licenses, songwriter, publisher, recording artist. Hell, it's so many. It's so many that I don't know. Is it all of it he's suing for? How much did he get paid? Somebody might have paid him a flat fee. He might have signed some paperwork back then. We're talking about over 25 years ago. So you're talking about you probably signed some paperwork to something. You might have, thanks, Phila. I appreciate the super chat. Everybody else, my cash app is Carcino. If you want to donate there, you can. There are different ways to go about doing that. I knew Guru Roach was gonna come. I knew Guru Roach was gonna come in this chat when we start talking royalties. That's like his conversation there. If you want to talk royalties, Guru Roach is the man for that. I knew he'd be here. Q Hectic just showed up. I was like, oh man, look at this. New York in the house. 21st side. No, but see, it's not like he waited long enough to do it. He probably been trying to get it for a long time. Like my cousin is still getting royalties off one song he did back in when was that, 98, 99? Remember I told you, I know Kel Mitchell. Like everybody here know I know Kel. So Kel and my cousin had a rap group. The music video it's on YouTube. You can watch it as many times as you want, called The Mystery Men. The movie Mystery Men with Ben Stiller and all that. And they had the song on there, hey now, you and Einstein, I get the game on, go play. They got a song on that soundtrack called, it's the theme title to the song, Mystery Men. They got a music video and everything. So Universal put together the whole project. Big budget movie. But it got beat out by the Blair Witch. They got Blair Witched. So the movie didn't make any money. So because they got Blair Witched, they still get checks. It's not a lot, but for publishing, whenever they show something somewhere, or they might do something, a check might pop up in the mail, and you don't know where it comes from. A lot of this stuff, unless you're keeping up with it and got accountants, you still get little checks that pop in here and there. It's not meaning that they're massive. The only person Pete Rock needs to sue is his Bob. Yeah, Blair Witch came out of nowhere and they made the movie for like $1,500 and just beat all the big movies in the theater. And that was the week. Mystery Man was everywhere. I was supposed to go to the premiere and everything. Yeah, I know. He was over here the night Crawford fought Spence. He was the one that was sitting right here. That was his first time over here at the new house. What the streaming? Well, because of digital now, you got like all the distributors with like labels and record recordings and distributors and all this craziness. The revenue pool is split up between the artists and all the platforms, like let's say Spotify. So that's how they do it. And the payout rate is different. The master side is typically around 50% that'll go to the platform's revenue, but it all depends on the content. It's like, let's say you got 300 songs, like 250 songs. This is why you see streaming now, when people putting up 50 songs, like you saw what Chris Brown did. He put out like 100 songs, and y'all like, that's stupid, that's just way too much, too many songs. The way streaming works is better for them. It hurts the project, the overall project, because you track of so many damn songs. You're like, so many damn songs. You can't really get into the whole project. It's like 3 albums in one. It's like, what is going on? There's too many songs. But out of all those songs, all you need is about 2 or 3 that really hit and just keep the thing going. But now you're getting paid off all those streams, and the split is depending on how many number of streams are given to the artist on the platform. So if they saying you gotta, that's normally how it works. That's why you see all these rappers now putting out these streaming, and then some of them, if you're smaller, you just put out 8 records. That's what Griselda's doing. They put out like 8 So that way you connected to the project more. And you can be, like, all right, these 8 songs here gonna pop. And then they doing it, just putting out them 8. They like, look, all we gotta do is put 8 and get our guys on there and rap on there. And they knocking it out. They knocking it out the park. You got like performance and what they call the performance, the stage royalties. Then you got your other royalties, like what they call the neighboring rights. Your neighboring royalties. Okay, those are like public. See, the public performance is paid out to the copyright people, all the holders of the composition or the music itself, right? So when you got those rights that's coming to you, the neighboring rights are paid out to the copyright holders of the sound. So whoever does the sound recording or whatever the record is, they get paid. Okay? That's why they meant neighboring. They sit next to the performing rights. So you got your performing rights, and then you have what they call the neighboring royalties because it sits right next to the performing rights. So that's why they call neighboring. They're almost the same identical as performing rights. It's just that they're distributed to the sound recording owners. That's it. It's a combination of a lot of those things mixed in, like public performances on TV, uh, where the public appearances are going to be, like the nationality of it, legislation, all kind of garbage that you're not going to be interested in. Now they got the sync licenses. The sync licenses are different. That's crazier. I used to hit a chick on Kenan and Kel show. Never that. Never that. Sync licensing fees are paid out when music is synchronized. Do you know what that means? Synchronized means that let's say there's a TV commercial and they're playing that chaka laka da, da, scoop. There it is. Scoop. There it is. That prime example of what sync royalty is. So now everybody in here has a very clear cut, concise understanding on how sync royalties work. If you've seen a movie, if you've seen that commercial, then now you know exactly what we talk about. He said, when LeBron James, the last flop part 2 dropping. We did a 6-part commercial syncing is the best money. Look at Guru Roach. I tell you, Guru Roach is in there answering y'all questions in the chat. He loves these conversations. This is right up his alley. Hit the like button up. Yeah, I would love the Raiders to win. just to shut up these new Cincinnati fans. Joe Burrows. Oh yeah, Chase should get Rookie of the Year, and Taylor should be MVP. Him or Taylor or Brady. Damn sure shouldn't be Rodgers. Mm-hmm. No, but let's get to the physical pay. Mechanical royalties mean physical, like CDs, cassettes, DVDs. Those are considered the mechanical royalties. Now, that's when everything is in mostly physical, right? So you can get those in bulk. They can do them in individual, and that's like songs on demand. So it's hard to do this. The streaming services pay out the mechanicals mostly. That's like Pandora, you know, that's like one of the non-interactive streaming services, like Pandora Music. So they don't generate mechanicals really. So it's hard to get really mechanical royalties in today's modern age. It's Best Buy don't even sell CDs no more. There's hardly any more record stores, so it's hard to really get mechanical royalties the way people do it now. Mechanical royalties used to be a thing that everybody made money off of. It was really now with the digital and streaming royalties coming into play, people are going more that route. You look at people like Pop Smoke and Juice World, they're dead and they're making tons of money on royalties. So Pop Smoke's mother and the record companies are making a killing. They're making money off dead artists. Juice World has been dead for about what, 2 years? Juice World is still one of the top streaming artists in the world. Do people know that? He's been dead about 2 years, and he's been in the top streaming for about 2 years. Pop Smoke is trending. His traffic is up there. NBA YoungBoy is facing so many years in jail. He's coming out now dressing like a woman and putting on makeup and nail polish and all this craziness. And he's number one in streaming and all this stuff. It's crazy. This whole music business right now is crazy, especially for hip hop. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give out shout out to some of the people that's been hitting up the Cash App since we're here and we live streaming on there, and I got access to my phone now. I could actually do that. That's what I'm saying. It's hard for someone to gauge, like what is he doing? Why is he waiting so long to go for that? Your publishing class is better. Joke, no joke, publishing class. Oh God, the choke no joke. I can just imagine what that is. He, but I didn't get any money though.
How everybody else got paid. And I did. I did all the work. I was the videographer. I was everything. I was the editor in chief. I did all the work. How come everybody else got paid? Where's my check? I didn't get any money though. Oh man, that guy still cracks me up. Shouts out to Dante Davis and Kwame Brown for donating to the Saginaw STEM. Dante for even setting it up. Shouts out to Milton McBride, Danetta. Seriously? Sean Craddock, Spitting Fire. Let me see. Charles Sr., PMO Style, Dre Patterson, Aaron Fiaro, Jamal Edwards, that's what's up. Tyrese. Uh-oh. Seriously, I see you again. That's what's up. Anthony Humphrey. Cali Baby. Sorry. Sorry about that, Cali Baby. I don't know what happened with your money. It didn't go through. Lorenzo. Sharon. Seneca. Andrew. Sharon again. Conrad. Jennifer Black. Anthony Matthews. Uncle Frank then popped him off again. Great Rage. He must have came in and said something crazy. And he was gone immediately. I just looked up and said, timed out. Uncle Frank then took him out again. Quindrick, Brandon Quinn, TF, Milwaukee Jeff, Willis, Goo Roach, Marquise, Rex, Isaac, Samuel, Reed, Guy Ballard, Jewel, Calvin, Jewel again, Charles Penn, D.A., Uzman, Kevin Leonard. No, I'm sorry, Kevin Leonard. Your money was declined. Vernon 85, Kev Slick, Xavier Williams. Sorry, your money was declined. Asim, Colehouse Walker, Christina Taylor. I see you. Wes Spencer, V. Alvin Morris, Denise Pierce. I see you. Kareem Davis, no relation. Or might be, I don't even know. Smith, okay, Murray, Andrew Gray, Jameson, Stevens, Retro 813, Jennifer Black, sorry, Lapukia, Terrell Moore, Daniel Mack, Andrew Hempfield, Fakai, and yes, the Cash App is Carcino. Thank you guys. That was just a few of y'all. Now, Nas, for whatever the reason, and I said whatever the reason, does not mean
Like Nas is not gonna probably have to go to court over this. Okay, this is going on with the people that holds the publishing rights to Illmatic. Now, from what I know now, Nas has recently gotten 100% ownership of his album, but that doesn't mean he's in charge of distributing. That should be with Columbia, Universal. They'll have to figure out who owes who and who cuts the check to whom. So that would be a universal problem, or whoever owns the publishing rights and how the publishing is distributed. Well, in theory, no, the ledge, you could record your album and own your publishing in like 20 years. Um, you've seen artists fight that now because a lot of people are not returning people's publishing after 20 years. You see Anita Baker is fighting for her. She's finally finna get her stuff back. And this is what people that had to, like James Brown and everybody else, that's why they be performing. Um, that's why they be performing into their 60s and 70s. James Brown was out there performing, and it was like, what is he doing? He says Pete got publishing. It's the producer's royalty. Well, if it's the producing royalty, he should be able to get it. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't have got paid from a producer's royalty. A producer's royalty, he should have been paid for. That's an easy one to get done. The only way you don't get paid on a producer's royalty, if you signed off for like a flat fee. Now, if you signed off on a flat fee, that's different. So I don't know if he get that 3 or 4%, or since this was something that had a lot of mechanical royalties at its time, because for years the album was re-released twice. So you got the collector's edition. Now there's a streaming, like every anniversary. There was a 10-year anniversary. There's a 20-year anniversary. Illmatic came out, and I got two of them. Well, you can get a flat fee and waive all that, y'all. You can mess up and waive all of those rights. It's just like when someone produced, you could lease the track from somebody. Like, that's why when you lease the beat, like if somebody make a track for you and you pay them, you don't want to buy the track, it costs too much, but he could lease it to you. Now they lease you the beat, that beat to a television show. He can get that beat to some other people. They can use those tracks because you don't own it. You're only being allowed to use it, and he's leasing it out to you. Now you could buy the track from him, and when you buy it, you might own that. You might be the producer of it. Depends on how he sells it to you. Now, if he comes in and tracks the song and everything, he should definitely get a producer's. Guru, you right, but that's what I'm saying. If there was no agreement put in place and he just took a flat fee and then he's trying to go back and he might not get paid. because that means you got points in the records, which is about 3, probably 4%. Depending on how I doubt he, you know, I'm just saying we don't know. This is, but I'm telling you, it's about 3 to 4%, whatever. And during that whole thing, man, you look at, like, remember when Napster came out and everybody was getting their music gypped and all this money was going in, and they were just, what Napster was doing was basically just making playlists. It was the first time people really saw playlists, and they was just streaming people's music. And they was like, dude, they just taking our music. And what they were doing is like, look, we finna just rake in all this money. They knew they were gonna get sued eventually, but they're gonna pay that off with small percentages, and they can still go on as business as usual. You knew a lawsuit was gonna come, but they finna make all this money off of it. Take this money out. And it's like, dude, you're not gonna be able to stop this. And that's what they were trying to say. Like, we might as well make money off of it because you're not gonna be able to stop it. When they complain, we just cut them a check and say, be quiet. And that's how Napster stayed going for so long until it became a big problem for the record companies because they were losing so much money. But if the artist was like, wait a minute, this is kind of helping me out if I can get a check off Napster. But they had to destroy what it was because the streaming platforms wasn't set up to where it needed to be at the time. But it was the first one that really gave you, like, the playlist. You could just pop, 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 download, pirate, 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 pirate. And they was making money hand over fist by the day. Their valuation was like 300, 200 million. Yeah, LimeWire came after that. It morphed into something else, LimeWire, which was nothing but the automatic kill your PC. Everybody had a PC destroyed by LimeWire. I'll tell you that now. I remember, what was that? The Piff. The Piff had, man, the Piff. I still got a file that had, that was on LimeWire. It was Lloyd Banks' second album, the whole second album, and I couldn't unzip the file forever. It ended up basically crashing my whole PC. I could listen to it, but I couldn't really do nothing else with it. This is the one the chick. This is the one the chick left at the crib. She had ended up leaving the. She left it at the house. I mean, he left it at her house, and she took it and leaked it when he forgot his master copy to his CD for his second album, Lazy Lloyd. That's what I'm saying. Pete Rock, man, that's not a slam dunk case. How many of y'all realize Pete Rock went on record? Pete Rock went on record, y'all. Pete Rock went on record and said Nas wrote the hook. He's singing the hook, but Nas wrote the hook. He's on record saying this. He's on the Illmatic documentary. Saying Nas told me to sing the hook this way. He said, I want you to sing on the hook. He was like, nah, I ain't gonna sing on the hook. He's like, no, say it like this. Whose word? He's like, Nas told him to do all that. He didn't even want to do it. I mean, owe you money. Hell, he did 2 more songs. Him and Nas got like 2 more songs together. He on the other album, Queensbridge Politics. He's on that record. Yep, he's on Lost Tapes too. Now, here's the thing though. Like I'm saying, his problem is not with Nas. That's what I'm saying. When you have a royalty problem and all of these things, it don't, because you sue somebody don't mean you got a problem with that person. They're attached to it. So they all gonna get sued. Prime example, this chick that's suing Trey Songz, saying Trey did this and Trey did that. The nightclub got sued. Puffy got sued. Puffy ain't do a damn thing. The nightclub don't even know what the hell going on or what they talking about. This is something that happened outside of the club, but allegedly. And now everybody in here in this boat. So he's not really suing Nas, so they could still make money and do business. I know who I paid, God. Searchlight Publishing. Streetlight, no, Searchlight. Oh yeah, Search said Jay-Z was a liar. He's like, I never got a dime. I like Kane's podcast from a fighter perspective, a fighter telling it the way it's supposed to be. I like his. Uh-oh, they dropping us off. Biggie was the best thing that happened to Puff. Probably. I mean, if you anything in life, yeah, that would be the best thing that happened to you. It's Puff. Hit the like button, good people. The Cash App is Carcino. Since we doing it this way, I can actually go ahead and do this. I can shout y'all out now because we got the phone here. I need to be charging this phone. This is what I need to be doing. Phone need to be on the charger. This thing be blankety blank. Blanking. Blank, 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 blank. Well, you poor, you gotta get to work. I know you've been sick though, man. I'm glad you feeling better. I saw you streaming the other day. I was like, oh, he must be feeling better. Yeah, but Rundy ready to play you, man. Says y'all been running from him. How the hell you still got COVID this long? He said before Pac died, what do you think he was gonna do with that 80 million that Universal offered him? Who said Universal offered Tupac $80 million? That's a damn lie. Who said that? Straight Game TV. God, that's just. I know many of you are very young, and a lot of you guys don't get it, but that's insane. In 1996, they were not going to offer no Tupac Shakur $80 million. I didn't see any contract. I'm just going off what I believe. In my opinion, there's no way in 1996 Tupac Shakur will be offered $80 million by Universal, period. No. People, you just, in 1996, Biggie had just signed, was going to pay him 30 G's a show for 30 cities, $30,000 a show. And that was the largest deal at the time from any hip hop artist at that time who wasn't Run DMC. LL Cool J, back in the early 90s or whatever, his going price was about 25 to 15,000 a show. And he was a multi-platinum selling artist. He was getting paid that kind of money, 25,000 a show. Our rap artists wasn't getting the whole arenas sold out to them at that time. Once 1998 got here, the doors opened up. Hip hop was generating billions of dollars now. So now the market has opened up to where now these artists today they get $100,000 a performance fee for showing up. The game has changed. The money wasn't there at the time. I don't know what whoever created that fantasy was even talking about. There's no way in hell they was gonna. And then to give Tupac Shakur $80 million, when he's a risk for going back to jail, the label is finna just risk putting up $80 million. See, this is back at a time where it wasn't the more trouble you got into, the worse it was for your career. Now, oh man, that's good promotion. It's not this different eras. So hell no. Tupac did not go diamond at that time. He was deceased before he went diamond. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I'm glad I never saw that. Somebody saying Tupac is going to get $80 million from Universal. I'm like, are you insane? In 1998, maybe he would have gotten it. If he's saying that in 1998, around that time, they would have offered him something like that, maybe he could have got a deal like that, but I don't believe that at all. Dude, he was just doing a song for $5,000 for a feature, which got him shot. He agreed to do it for $5,000 to be a feature on Little Sean's song. This is 1995, and this is Tupac, who's been in Poetic Justice and everything else. He only got paid like what, 10,000, 20,000 to be in the movie? Poetic Justice. He wasn't making. They weren't breaking the bank. Rappers wasn't performing at these venues like that. The first major concert like that was selling out arenas and going on world tours, just being a hip hop show, was the show with the Def Jam Rockefeller tour they put together, and they end up making the movie about backstage what went on with the Def Jam Rockefeller that had DMX and Jay-Z. That was the first time in hip hop history that it was just a complete hip hop tour. And it was to sell out major arenas around the world. Run DMC and the Beastie Boys are the only thing to ever come close. Run DMC. Yeah, I'll take that back. The No Way Out tour. That too. That is what did it. I almost forgot about that. Sorry about that. No Way Out was first. The closest that they would come to California was Anaheim. That was the only place they would go that was way out of the district of, you know, them doing a show in California. Puffy wouldn't go to Cali because of Suge's reach. So they did a show in Anaheim. And I think that was the closest show they did. They were doing, they had Jay-Z and Foxy Brown on the tour. Jay-Z ended up leaving the tour to go do his own thing because he felt like this ain't helping my album. So he wanted to go do Sunshine off his volume 1. Because Puffy produced, a lot of people don't know that. Puffy produced Jay-Z's from Volume One was produced by Puff and the Hitman. Against Dame Dash's wishes. Dame didn't want to team up with Puff and do that. Jay thought he was gonna be the new Biggie. And they was like, you next, Jay-Z next. So he gonna be the new Biggie. That's where they beef started. The beef started on that tour. And they ended up fighting on the tour. They was about to fight each other on the tour. This is where they fell apart at. Y'all gotta start checking out the truth behind. Jay-Z never wanted to be with Rockefeller. He never wanted to do Rockefeller. Y'all don't even understand the half. I'm trying to tell you, he never wanted to be part of Rockefeller. He wanted out immediately. No, Nas, he wanted Nas on Reasonable Doubt. He knew he couldn't get him, but he wanted Nas to be on Volume One. Sometimes the crack game reminds me of the dope game. Sometimes the rap game reminds me of the crack game. Nas is supposed to be on that record. But Nas wasn't dealing with him at that time. What's up, Calvin? I'm glad you're back. Good to see you. Yeah, he got paid about to do Above the Rim. They paid him. He didn't get paid no $100,000. He got paid. He got paid way less than that to do Above the Rim. He didn't get paid no $100,000. He got paid maybe I believe 50. I think he got paid like 50,000 to 60. That's super cap. No, Suge gave him like $100,000. He gave him like 150, you know, just because he had it. And it wasn't coming from Suge. You see, the thing is, Suge was paying the money that was coming from the label. Like I heard somebody bring up something about, oh, Suge didn't bail Tupac out of jail. It was the record label. Interscope did it. Interscope wouldn't have done anything if Suge didn't get it done. Suge went and got them to do it. They could, if they wanted to bail Tupac out, they could have did it anytime they felt like it. They could have got him out. Suge made that happen. Suge made sure Tupac appealed for his bail was appealed, so where he could get bail. Did Beyonce want Nas first and he dissed her? No, they went and put when they did that, I owe you money and all that, the record label went and grabbed Destiny's Child to put them in the video because their father was basically whoring them out, trying to put them in everybody things so people could see them and keep giving them appearances. So that was another opportunity. And Beyonce was in the video and they was just glad to be there. But Nas is just basically treating them just like, all right, some groupies, like that's just how he treated them. Nothing crazy. I don't think she was, no, that's not what's gonna happen. That's how Nas' baby mama looked at it. They're networking, believe me. Matthew Knowles ain't going like that. Beyonce wasn't, no, I'm just gonna jump up and, ooh, he's a rapper, let me go after him. Mm-mm. That's not how she worked. Trust me, seen that Beyonce personally, up close. Beyonce of that time, you wasn't gonna be no rapper and just grab Beyonce. She was there networking. Matthew is right there. There is no way Beyonce was gonna do any of that then. Remember, who's the one that told you Nick and Beyonce? You ain't hear that no way in the world. Nick Cannon mentioned it using our photo, my photo, by the way. When he told the story. No, they were networking because they were young in the game. And they had their hits record and everything else. They just want to be seen. They want to be on the video shoot, but to say she wanted out, she probably liked Nas and wanted to conversate, but they're happy to be there. They're fans too. But I hate that record. But this is the problem. This was a studio. Nas didn't even want to make that record, like the music video. He didn't want to do that. But Nostradamus didn't have any radio. Making this a double CD, which it was supposed to be, but the majority of the songs got leaked. So they came out with part one and then part two later. So they said, well, the songs are basically leaked. We got to start going now. So he went and made these songs on the fly. He went and grabbed Scarface, because Nas don't do features like this. He don't do no features on his albums. That's not how he writes. He's not like a feature galore artist. That's Jay-Z style. Jay-Z's a feature artist. His whole damn volume two, every song is featuring somebody except for two songs. He's a compilation rapper. Now, the thing is with Nas writes in like his things is like poems, like psalms. So it's an entirely different. That's what I'm saying. They're different artists. He likes when the way he writes is like, man, I can't have another rap on here. It messes up my song. So he went and grabbed DMX. He just ran into DMX at the studio and was like, I need to make this record. You want to get on it? And Dog just got on it. Hey, let's go. What's up? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I'm down here in Miami. I'm supposed to be recording some records. But they're not here. I'm ready to just drop it right now. What you doing? You know they working on the record? Hell yeah, I'll get on the record with my nigga. What?
My man's in them. He said, I don't know what the record gonna be called. It don't matter what the record called. You just put the drag on, I'm gonna rap, and then you come in and do your rap. Yeah. Let the engineer do with everything else. And bring me some more weed. Yeah. Word. They just started playing the beat and he just started rapping. But Scarface and Nas got to it. Just consider that a favor until I need a favor. See, those are little messes. You need to be more careful who you help with. Don't even let me. Hey, I pull these capers all the time. A nigga say go, I blow his by. Anybody ever standing by? I tell them dudes, let's go, because now we finna ride. We finna die. Othering up his own blood with a slug in the mud. I do this out of love, because your money ain't no good here. So consider that a favor until I need a favor. So all your commercial records was on that album, I Am. So when he got to Nostradamus, they weren't gonna do. Nas didn't have really no that first song, which I couldn't stand. Nasty Nas, the Esco to Escobar. Now he is Nostradamus. I said, oh my God. And it was supposed to be a 3D music video. It was supposed to set the stage, and it was going to be in 3D. And that's why the video is shot the way it is, because it was supposed to be like the end of the world, apocalyptic, and everything's in like 3D. And they sent out 3D glasses. Like in the newspaper, some people had their little 3D glasses, people put it on, and then when they come out, no 3D. No 3D at all. It just looks like one big mess. Nas is wearing this padded leather black suit, and then he's spitting in this futuristic stuff, kind of doing the stuff that Tony Stark was doing in Iron Man. The way he's touching, and things are coming up on the screen while he's touching it. Because I'm only going to, that's a big song here in Chicago. Oh, daddy's little girl. Oh, yeah, that Primo beat going at Jay. You don't like me, clown? If I bring my face around, you gonna do what? You but your whole crew knew I blew up. I've been shining. Face wrong timing. Big for you. Niggas know what my 9 pearl handle's about. Girly mouth, get it crump like the dirty south. Hear your girl talk about me, you give her the cold eye. Girls dig you. Imagine what she feels for me. You make hot songs, but she know you steal from me. Who ill is me? I wild on haters on album 3. Next level, I take you rappers to 3D. You make hot songs, but she know you steal from me. Mm-mm-mm. I remove your roof to let the sun shine in. Ignorant bastard, I take it back to no one. No kids, but trust me, I know how to raise a gun. Woo, man. Jay response was vicious, wasn't it? Jay response was vicious.
Dude didn't even know what was, y'all had no idea what was going on. Y'all had no idea what was going on. And that's what made it, that's what was funny about it, that all of this was going on. Jay and Nas was battling, and nobody knew nothing. And I'm listening to it like, damn, he is going right at Nas. I'm like, if you weren't into hip hop, you didn't get it. Most of you were young, y'all didn't get it. And these stupid people on TV, they only talking about ether and all everything else. I'm like, how you not know what was going on when you listening to the records? Somebody said, how was a diss track? Oh yeah. You didn't know that Come and Get Me and all that was diss track? Nas Come and Get Me was at J. And right away, because that's what I'm saying. Nas found out back then when Nostradamus album was out. He knew what was going on. And then Jay came with his album the very next month, and it had that. It was two songs in one, but the "Come and Get Me" is the first part. Same title of the song, "Come and Get Me." Jay-Z came out with his "Come and Get Me" right away. Came right out with "Come and Get Me." They went back to back. Jay-Z's came out, Nas' album came out in November, Jay's came out in December. Come and get me. Come and get me. He was clowning Nas's album, I mean his song. If you ill, come get me, cause I ain't running. Cause we both be gunning. You don't like me, clown? And I bring my face around, you gonna do what? You butt, your clue knew I blew up, I been shining. Baseball diamonds, thick ring for your chitlins. Niggas know what my 9 pearl handles about. Say girly mouth, get it crunk like the dirty south. You know, you see me flossed out, multi-million. See your girl talk about me, you give her the cold eye. Girls dig you. Imagine what she feels for me. You make hot songs, but she know you still for me. Who ill is me? How wild on haters at album 3. Next level, I take you to 3D. Can't find a nigga shook from Queens. I'll be with the most grimy killers. And we all look clean who put bombs underneath cars. If you want beef, then start. Your next trip's to the graveyard. Man, he was coming hard on that record. And Jay came back. Come and get me. Come and get me. I'll remove your roof. You let the sun shine in. Oh man. Oh man. That, I mean, that it was so hard. The way he came in with that beat was just crazy. That was vicious. That was literally vicious. I have to admit that was vicious. Because I'm the only one that seen, not just me, but the people around me. We all knew what was going on. We listening to it and we like, this nigga going off. And that's just the first part. The next part, he talking about Marcy. He talking about his hometown. The first part is addressing Nas' song. The rest is this is why the beat changed, everything else, and it kind of goes into him talking about where he from in Brooklyn in that era. Was they talking about doing the J and all that craziness. But the first part is addressing Nas' song. I remove your roof, nigga. Let the sun shine in. See, y'all don't get that. When he's about some let the sun shine in, y'all know that song? But he always do that because they call Nas son, so that's why the sun don't shine, the sun don't shine, that's why you're lame. See, y'all know that when it all comes, but this was all back before that. So when he was talking about let the sun shine in, 38 ways enough to put 19 in. Really a 36 with the gun, I'm thick. But when the gat is tucked, I'm fat as up. Ignorant bastard. I'm taking it back to day one. Ignorant bastard. I'm taking it back to day one. No kids. But trust me, I know how to raise a gun. He was talking to Nas, man. For niggas that think I spend my days in the sun, well, here's the shock of your life. The Glock, not the mic. Hunt, I'm not in the hype. Trust me, I'm still street. You still effing up, then trust me, I still creep. Yeah, I know that platinum chain looking real sweet, but reach and I don't leave 60 feet deep. S. Dot Carter. Turn rappers and they martyrs. Separate they fathers from they daughters. Don't bother. I'm a crook like you. I took like you. I disobeyed the law throughout the book like you. How dare you look at Jigga like I'm shook like who? I keep the fifth with me. Nigga, come and get me. Woo! Vicious. Nas at that time only had a daughter that he always talked about. Look, I separate fathers from their daughters. Why bother? I'm a crook like you. It was, man, he was coming with it. But gosh, Nas came and tore him apart. I mean, it was vicious. It just got worse. Nas was in a zone, man. Once he did Takeover, it was over from then because then everything was made public. But Jay thought like, oh, it was some friendly battle stuff until then. He took it personal. Nah, I mean Mob Deep, all of them. That's why when they went on DJ Clue album, that's why it was personal. It was personal. That's what I'm saying. When they did Live from the Bridge on Jay, and because that's gonna be on Rockefeller, but it's a Clue album, Clue from the Bridge. People don't even remember that song they did. Mob Deep went in there and did they thing, and Nas did they thing, and I'm like, they finna diss Jay on a Rockefeller released album. This is finna be crazy. I knew it already. I was like, they got Nas to do it. Oh, they finna go off. I said it. I was like, they about to go off. It was crazy. My words turn to sea red like the eyes of a weed head. Y'all peep my lead, then y'all hide like Easter egg. We ride till the beef is dead, the casket drop. Your souls go further into where the astronauts. I talk about it, I live it. Y'all weak dudes should off the forgiveness. And fronting like you living and tortured like killers. In New York, I'm the realest, predicted by the fortune tellers. I'm sick with the talking method. AK Berettas, the whole team is like the Steelers. Jerome Bettis, ramming niggas like St. Louis. We don't get us. Y'all niggas losers. You ain't effing with us. I was like, woo! Nas is going off. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go listen to the song on the Professionals 2 DJ Clue. They probably got it on YouTube somewhere. It is crazy. But I got ready to get out of here. We had fun today. Love, peace, and hair grease. At least I thought I was out. Well, I guess I'm not out. I guess I'm still in. Now I'm out.